Well,
Is it
we're in
all
the
white on
giants,
purpose?
Yeah, I don't have like a perfect representation of what's going on.
So we're fighting in the spaceless void. I'm down.
Do you guys see
God.
the icons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to use your imagination a little bit. Okay, so generally speaking,
no,
how
Eric,
this.
immerse me.
All right, this is the best you're getting. So basically, how this is going to work here is each of these dots is approximately 5 spaces. So in order to move, it's about 1 movement that a mounted unit can make. You guys are all in the town, as you can see, and the town is a total of roughly of 4 spaces, each one represented by a building. So generally the different things that are here. The town is in the middle. To the eastern end is the hill and the road that you guys came in on that these guys are also charging down from. To the north is where the mine shafts are located with the cliffs nearby. In the eastern direction, if you keep heading east, there's a lot of open ground, but eventually we'll get to a series of canyons that you guys know about. And if you guys head south, you guys kind of head into the Badlands, where there's all sorts of fun.
Is there a reason I'm in the Badlands?
No, I didn't place you guys because I'm letting you guys pick whether you're on building 3 or 4, which
How
is
do
the
we
ones
move?
that Oh, that's right. I have the tokens blocked. Basically, when you try and drag your dude, I can right click on you and I can approve it so that you'll move in the direction you're trying to, like that.
What's
So
the difference in building?
It's basically just which how close you are to the people.
Okay, so just as a double check for clarification, each black dot is a turn's worth of movement, basically, for a mounted.
Is 1 maneuver's worth of.
Okay.
Because you move about 5 spaces, and so that would be spaces for most folk at least.
Yeah. Okay. And so Darlton and all of those guys are between us and the.
Yeah, they're like right on the outside of the city.
Yeah, and they're and that's the west, right? This is going by like normal north, south, east, west.
Yeah, but that's technically east because it's we.
Okay.
But yeah, that is correct. That is how it's.
Okay. So they're between us and the east, but the west is clear at the moment.
Correct.
Right? Okay, but it's also the furthest away till we get out of sight.
Yes, and the chase may continue beyond if you don't lose them.
Yeah.
Because if they're on your tail the whole time, even when you get to the canyons, that still might not be enough to lose them.
That actually, I think I have a talent that's specifically about chases. Let me double check that.
You might
Uh,
shortcut or something.
I don't think I have shortcut. I thought outdoorsman might do something, but I mean, sort of. It decreases overland travel times by half.
Yeah, that won't help here. That's overland travel. This is a chase scene, unfortunately. So that won't help here.
Yeah, there's specific talents for chase scenes.
Well, there's one. There's shortcut, which I think is the only one that specifically is for chases.
I believe so.
And I don't know how much, like, what level is that one?
It's probably 1. Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I've already spent my experience, but I'm curious now. Damn it, I should have bought that since it's like this was my chance to do chase stuff.
And so as the conflict begins and Leon
oh god.
Sorry.
Oh god.
Sorry, Mark accidentally unmuted. And he's sitting right next to me. So that was really funny. And so as chaos breaks out and the chase begins, immediately as the fight begins, one of the paladins, one of the Dark Knights, and Leon himself all got triumph initiative checks, so they be with the others following in pursuit. To catch up to you guys, and the others are pretty much right behind her. You see some four come fly, and is pretty at this point directly behind all to try and catch up with you, Misty. As all this breaks up, Flint, you guys, and he says, "We're trying to lose him. Our best bet's going to split up." And
the girl on the horse.
And he is going to. He also got a triumph on his initiative check, and he's going to use that to move to building number 2, building 1 further inside. He's going to be in the direction of the canyons. He's beeline to the west.
Okay.
You get fully because of the way that you generally idea of what you'll so you guys all know what you'll find if you go.
Yeah.
Jacob, you also got a triumph. You can also take a maneuver if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna keep pace with. I got a plan.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yes. Whoops.
We do use blasting here.
Yeah.
All right.
They have like pretty much
TNT.
pseudo dynamite, pretty much, yeah. Damn it.
Excellent. I know which way I'm going.
Oh my god. Okay, you can know where it's at.
Yeah.
I just moved that here for now.
We have the reference.
Yeah. I'll move it back though. So yeah, first
Anyone mind if I go? I've got anything that I kind
Go
of need to do
for
with
it.
Flint.
do it.
All right. So yeah, as I catch up with Flint, shout to the old man. We're basically out of sight of to those guys at the moment, right? We got like building.
There are some buildings. You're probably completely obscured, but you could probably try and get obscured.
All right. Jacob will just say to him, "Hey, old man, let's get outside for a second. I got an idea."
And yeah, so you guys will be able to dip out of sight for a second.
So yeah, and Jacob will just take his hat off and yank his coat off and throw them at Flint. All right. Give me your head. Give me your coat. Switch steeds.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And he nods and he'll comply.
Yeah.
And yeah, luckily that's quick enough where it would be pretty fast to do.
Mm-hmm. So he'll take Tempest and I'll take his horse.
Okay, cool.
So, and I met gray-haired people with cowboy hats and long coats.
True.
And facial hair. I don't.
One can definitely hope.
Yeah, one can definitely help. And then so yeah, as soon as we've gotten switched. Do I know which direction Vic's group people are at?
They're a little bit they're more towards the a little bit to the south, or a little bit to the north of here, and a bit pretty far to the east.
All right, so my best bet would be to start heading towards the mines.
If you wanted to go into the mines, yeah, but the cliffs kind of go up and around. It would be really hard to get out around the cliffs without punching through their group.
Okay.
In order to go, you'd either have to go south and double back around, or lose them first. Hope to
okay.
go
in that case, all right. So
or punch through them, of course.
Yeah. Let's try and see if we have other options. All right. So Flint's heading to let's just for the sake of ease to the left.
Yes.
All right. So I'll head down to the south towards the Badlands.
Okay.
It'll take me a little longer to get to Vic, but that seems like my best bet to actually get.
Yeah. So you'll be able to you'll be able to get started on that. Probably on your next turn. It probably took you a maneuver to get out off, change horses and action to basically to do all of that was probably your turn.
Yeah. That
but when you guys get going again, you'll be able to kick it off and do that.
Okay. And I think is Elliot still on my horse?
Yes, most likely because you guys are still down 2 horses.
Yeah. So I'll probably have him stay with Flint.
Okay. Yeah, he'll do
one
that.
is masquerading as me, and also because Flint's the person we need to keep alive. So.
Yeah, so he will do that.
All right.
And yeah, actually, and you guys are down 1 horse too, so we'll have to remember that going forward.
My ride is on the other side of all of this.
Yes.
We're waiting for our ride, Brian.
It's okay. Can I wait for your ride by the mines?
Yes.
So next player turn. Who would like to go next? And you guys can also set any of the any of the NPCs off if you want them to do something as well.
I mean, I'll communicate with Mistral my intention to go to the mines for explosives. Hopefully, Synfora will be able to get us out of there if Misty agrees.
I'll try to catch up with you as soon as I can.
He will wave and then he will make a mad dash in that direction.
Are you transforming for that?
I'm definitely. God, that brings so much attention. Yeah,
Without it, your speed is only 3.
I know.
So it
I'm
would be about 2 maneuvers to make a dot.
To be fair, also, you're not the person they're here for.
Also
So,
true.
You have that going for you.
Also, it wouldn't be the worst thing for them to come after me, anyways.
Yeah.
Because we'll have the out, hopefully.
That's the hope.
And yeah, so you'll make your way towards there. You're effectively you're basically going to be able to get 1 dot away from getting towards the mine shaft. So you do that. You coordinate with Misty and you bound forward, transforming as you go, and begin sprinting towards the mine shaft. As you guys split up as they're charging forward, you do see them begin to give orders as if they are looking to split a couple of their people off to try and chase some of the vagrants. Next player turn.
You said Ophelia is still coming
Yeah,
towards us.
she's on this and is pretty much making get away from Leon. and
Is
the
she
rest.
coming straight towards some other direction?
She's heading towards it.
All right. Chance, I mean, I can just hold my action if it wants to go, but eventually he for himself into a more open space or general path, so we can try to jump on the back of her horse
Okay.
or her Pegasus to go with her, because
That's fair. Yeah. On her turn then in that case, and she will be able to catch up with you,
Nick,
and you will be able to her. She'll basically hold her hand out, and as she clasps you vault yourself up and land on. The black Pegasus kind of lets out a finicky as you land. Black Pegasi are notoriously not a big fan. This is gonna have it's a little bit too bad, and so yeah, you'll get hefted up on her. She's
Neat.
also going to. Shit. Yeah. Gonna need the magic rules up in here. She's gonna do a 4 difficulty check. All right. And nice. Okay, so she's going to as she looks at you, Misty, as you guys are going, and she holds her hand out as she kind of clasps Chance and tosses him on her Pegasus, and with a flick of her wrist, taking a page out of your book, you see a whirl of energy, and she hits both you and her with an augment spell, using haste.
Nate,
Fuck yeah.
So both Misty and Ophelia both have the haste thing, so that they'll be able to do that. And yeah, so that is her turn. And so you guys will be able to get to here, and that's gonna basically be your maneuver on your turn. Will be to mount up on her.
sick.
And yeah, now it is a enemy turn. And let's see. So as Darlton and Kane, they kind of make hand gestures for a couple people to start following Lynn. It's hard to see exactly who's going to be breaking off at the moment, but Leon and Kane himself seem to be continuing to go forward. as is the bulk of the group. And Leon is going to move up into this area, and he's going to make an attack at Wilson as Wilson mounts up and gets ready to go.
Oh, okay. That's denoting the buildings. Okay.
Yeah, those are the buildings basically. It's just another way of seeing.
I'm under
keeping
building
track.
2, right?
Yes, you're under building 2.
That's what I thought.
And he's going to get a boost dice.
Ouch.
And yeah, as he whips his inky black sword, which almost seems to absorb the sunlight as it flickers off of the blackened steel. He brings it over and takes a slash at Wilson. And Wilson is going to take 5 points of damage after all that's said and done. And he's going to also take a critical injury with plus 30, 40. But minus 10 because he's got a rank of durable. Ooh.
Oh God.
And so as Leon catches up with him, the sword flickering with energy, he swings the weapon down, and it is going to strike against Wilson's thigh. And what does temper do again? Oh, good. That's actually really bad. The target cannot perform more than one maneuver on a given turn.
Well.
That's really bad.
And you see Wilson winces as blood starts to kind of creep out from underneath his clothes on his main leg that you kind of need to do to help control the mount. And he lets out a frustrated curse as that happens. Thanks for your turn. Who would like to go next?
Can I try to support Wilson?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. First off, we're gonna attack Leon before I move. I'm just checking a thing real quick. Ensnare means they can't make maneuvers, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I have a free maneuver, so I'll spend that to aim.
Nice. Oh, yeah, he's definitely got some other things that you need to roll against, though.
Oh.
He's got 1 evasion, and he has adversary 3. So go ahead and just roll 2 red, 1 purple, and a black. So that will make it
9 damage.
It ends up being 9 damage. It does hit. But that's with 2 total threats instead of 3. So you actually have 2 advantages and 1 that. So you can trigger Ensnare.
Okay, so I'm going to trigger Ensnare on him. So as Misty sends a whirlwind just whipping around Leon and probably like momentarily catching his horse, she's only going to use her maneuver to get up to Wilson and then use her incidental of Let's Ride to mount up on his horse so she's controlling it.
Oh, shit. Okay. Nice. All right. Nice. That's pretty fucking good. All right. Yeah. So you hop on. Symphora is also just going to go ahead and take her turn on your turn here.
Yeah.
Because that seems like the most elegant. So what's
Can she come from behind just be fire? She flies over.
yeah, who exactly are you targeting? There's a group of 4 of the Dark Knights, can 3 kind of all around, depending on how you want to do it.
We might just decimate some of those Cavaliers.
So yeah, go ahead and make a resilience check for her, and it's going to be against. Or sorry, 1 difficulty and 1 black dice.
Okay. Apparently, I'm
Nice.
rolling as Ophelia, but
Okay. I mean, hey, whatever works. And also, I guess it's important to note: were you gonna like add any features to it, or just do straight damage?
oh
It's
yeah, I guess
effectively like
it's
casting a
actually an
spell.
attack.
Yeah.
We'll just go with that right
Okay.
now.
So what? It's got 4 brawn and 3 willpower, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well,
damage.
Symphora has 5 brawn, and I have 4
5, so-
willpower.
So yeah, it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Ooh. And so as Symphora flies up, she reels back and unleashes a gout of fire, which just consumes one of the Cavaliers completely and nicks another one as she flies forward. A blast of fire just as she continues to push forward. And let me have her suffer some strain here. She's got 15, so she'll suffer 2, and 2 more for the extra maneuver as she's going to push forward, flying over top of them as she goes, trying to catch up with you guys. Let's see. Next up is going to be the. Next up is going to be the Paladins. 2 of the Paladins are going to continue pressing forward, but appear to be diverting north to chase after Lynn. The other 4 Paladins continue moving forward and are going to they are going to get to building 4 around where Misty and Wilson are at the moment. But they don't get to make any attacks or anything. They have to use their full maneuvers to do that. Though actually, you know what? As they go forward, each of the Paladins kind of as they're moving forward, they kind of go into a formation with one behind the other, and you watch as the ones behind them they hold their sword behind their shield for a moment and make a couple of incantations. Each of them are going to try and make a augment spellcast. That one fails. So one of them succeeds, or 2 of them succeed and the other ones fail. That said, then they are going to give an upgrade on the next enemy check as we go. So one of the groups that is near one of the groups that's going, or the group that's going with Lynn and the group that's going with Misty, each of them get one, and so one of the Paladins is actually going to make an attack against Misty, with his axe as he comes up, as he is with the haste enchantment, he's able to catch up. You got 1 evasion, and he's augmented. So you're going to take 10 points of damage, Misty.
Okay.
And
so
once you guys get out of the town, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to be simultaneously easier and more difficult to lose these guys, as once you get out of town, the terrain is going to end up being a lot more. You could possibly lose them by outmaneuvering them and such. And next player turn. Who would like to go next?
Who hasn't gone?
I think all the actual PCs have gone.
Chance still technically has to take the rest of his turn
Oh.
too,
Yeah.
because you got on the horse, but you technically can still do something.
I mean, you're in range to blow up a Magister.
Yeah, you could hit him if you want.
I
Blow
was
up a
thinking that.
Paladin.
So I can use two. Just to clarify, I can use 2 maneuvers, right, on my turn. Or
Yes.
Two spell things. All right. The barrier spell, like you have to. That's one person, right? Like I couldn't like make like a barrier bubble for like the horse and Ophelia and me, or would that be like 2 things?
Well, if you do the additional effects target, you could do that. Because there's the extra targets thing. So you by increasing the difficulty, you could do it like that.
Okay, neat. I'm gonna do that. First thing I'm gonna do is make a barrier around all of us up here in the air, and then I will use my one to make an attack at a Magister.
Oh, well, you can only make one attack spell, or you can a spell is an action. So.
Oh, and I use my
Unless you have
maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you can
fuck,
still-
I'll
you
shoot
can
at a
do a
Magister.
spell.
Why not?
All right, you're in close range with them, so it's going to be against 1 base difficulty, but you're going to go ahead and upgrade it 3 times, so it'll end up being against 2 red and 1 black.
Okie dokie. All right, I'm gonna shoot at him. So I'll shoot the closest Magister I can.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
he. Oh shit!
Oh
Yeah, you did.
God.
Hold on, I have to move all my things. Oh wow, I did. Neat. Look at that.
Fucking A.
Oh, sick. What can I do with triumphs again for this shit? Oh, I can do wild magic. I forgot I can do that.
Ken,
Oh.
And wild magic means I get the best of a.
with triumph, yeah, you would roll twice, and you would pick.
Oh, man,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
roll the dice.
Go ahead and yeah, let's see.
What do I roll? Or you roll?
I'll just do it real quick. All right, so we can either do 2, 1, 7, 9. Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't like me search.
This is about to get
So you can
insane.
either do either your hand can explode in a gigantic fireball,
God.
which I suppose probably is not the one that you'd want, or 2082.
Yeah, that's less.
As in, like, I lose my limb? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, let's not do that.
Or for
Punch him
the
in the face.
foreseeable future, every time you wake up, you will wake up as if you were just splashed by a bucket of water, including being soaking wet.
I guess I'll have to go
Well-
with door number 2. That
Yeah.
sounds great. All right. Wonderful.
I mean, you
So-
could like punch him in the face and then have your hand explode. That
Well,
is
he's also
pretty
on a
bad.
horse right now.
Well, then never mind.
Again, also, I don't imagine Eric's going to specify, but am I losing? I assume I'm losing the limb. Like, hand exploding,
No, I don't
I
think
imagine
so.
from the inside out.
I think a fireball just explodes from your hand. I don't think you actually lose your hand.
Well, for lack of not wanting to fall out of the sky, I'm
That's
probably
fair.
just going to take the, I guess, being doused in water whenever I wake up.
That's
So we'll go
completely
with
fair.
that.
But I'm also you also do have those 2 advantages that you can use. So if you want, you can also either
Fuck
recover
it.
strain or give boost dice or anything like that.
Do I have strain? I guess casting spell
You have-
does
yeah,
take
you have
strain.
2. and that's-
I'll
you can
just
do that.
recover strain. That sounds
So it's
good.
9. So that's gonna be a bit more damage. And yeah. Oh, actually, if you want, you could because of the Arc Thunder thing. If you use your second maneuver, so basically, if you suffer 2, basically, if you go up to 4 strain, you can instead hit him twice. If you,
Sure, I'll do it. Fuck it, I'll shoot again.
yeah, because that's how the Arc Thunder thing works. So yeah, you'll actually hit him twice. Shit. All right. Yeah. So as you hold your hands out in an array of lightning, and 2 bolts of lightning blast out from it, and as you look down, you notice your shirt is a little bit soggy.
Oh, I'm sure
For-
that won't be a problem later.
Initially, it seems like it was probably just the sweat from the heat, but not.
Oh, I'm certain.
Who knows? But yeah, so you blast him with 2 shots of lightning, and he's ow, that's a lot of damage. All right. And let's see, next up, enemy turn. Let's see, the Dark Knights are going, or actually no. Kane is going to go next. And Kane is going to move 2 forward. Catching up with all that, and he is going to pointing his sword at Leon. He's going to try and dispel the effect that you put on him. It's going to work, but he is going to suffer 4 strain. And so as he raises his sword and he kind of slashes it in a formation, and the whirlwind surrounding Leon breaks. "Are you all right, Magister?" he says, and Leon just nods and he turns his attention back towards the rest of it. Wilson is going to whirl his spear around and is going to make a hit at Leon. And yeah. Oh jeez. And so Leon whirls his lance around, and as he does, Leon's eyes kind of flash with a malevolent presence, and as it does, Wilson's resolve kind of shakes for a moment, and Leon brings his weapon up to parry, and the black blade slices right through the tip of Wilson's spear, and Wilson, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he just grabs onto on Misty's sides. This guy's and he'd used his baleful gaze to check equal up.
Now, because I'm on the horse, will Wilson's maneuver basically allow me forward, or?
Since the horse not taking any yet, yes, he'll use to urge you guys both forward, and you guys will head on in. And so you guys are now at building number 3. All right. Next, we got Cavaliers and the Dark Knight go first. One of the Dark Knights is going to pal off with these 2 paladins to try and cut off anybody going to the mines, and the other 3 are going to continue onwards. And all 3 of them are going to begin to channel magic, and they're going to just moving forward. All of them are going to try and blast magic off at you guys. Let's see, they're going to hit. Let's see. One of them is going to go for Ophelia. She's got evasion. She's going to dodge once. Whoops. And that is going to hit, so she takes 8 points of damage, reduced by her resistance. And yeah, so the first one launches off a bolt of dark energy, and the kind of black miasma hits Ophelia in the arm, but doesn't seem to do too much. The next one's going to go for Misty. This one kind of holds his hand out from the tome, and as it does, there's almost like a green ichor that kind of goes into his hand, and he's going to blast it forward at you. Let's see. He's 1, 2. So he's in.
I also have 1 evasion, if that matters.
Okay, it does. Yeah. So he's got. One evasion. And as the orb of toxic energy shoots through the air, you're able to duck out of the way, and it slams into a nearby barrel, and it just melts straight through the top half of the barrel.
Well, that would have been unpleasant.
He's gonna use 2 of those advantages to get an additional maneuver, and 2 of them to not suffer any strain. And last but not least, this one is going to. This one is going to take a shot at Chance on the back of Ophelia. They are same distance. And that one's going to hit, so it's going to be. You're going to take 10 points of magic damage, so it's reduced by your resistance, which is 5. So you'll take 5 points of damage. 5.
Neat.
But he's going to suffer 2 additional strain. Okay, last player turns. Let's see. Elliot is going to try and see if he can't do something about Wilson's injury. So let's see, cure magic. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 difficulty. Ah, shit. So he'll just recover the strain on that. So he tries to focus, but the jostling on the from the mounts as they come out is too much as he points his staff back to try and heal. But he's going to try again at a later time. Jared's going to go. He's at the same spot as them. So he's going to ride up to Kane, and is going to try and smack him with his shield. Damn it! And he kind of shield checks him a little bit, but it isn't enough to get what he was trying to do. So he's just he's going to bolt forward, and he's gonna go with Jake and Flint as they come back out from Urlik. Just trying to knock. The Flint's Riders are going to split up. Half of them are going to be going straight, and the other half are with. So they've split up 6 and 6 here.
Mine's a dead end.
And they nod and they say, "Doing right?"
Oh dear.
And they pull up. They're going to take a shot, or they're going to those ones at some paladins that are coming in. Nice. And yes, that's going to be. So they take a couple pots as they're trying to cut you. They do a bit of damage, and actually they're going to knock one of the paladins off their horse as one of the pots and the horse just boom, and the paladin gets spilled straight. One of the 2 pads that's coming with totally just spills out.
I'm gonna yell at them to a different route because I am leading them into a dead end, and I'm seeking out.
All right, they did definitely shoot.
That's fine.
And let's see, Starling is just gonna make a beeline off with you guys, and Marilyn is going to do the same with Elliot, but she's also going to take a shot back at She's gonna take a shot back at Leon before. It does hit. And Leon as a bolt of fire flies off and hits Leon, he manages to absorb the majority of it. 6, 7. But it does hit him for a little bit more damage as he goes in. Leon is actually looking a little bit weird, worn down by the attacks. He has gotten hit by an abundance of them, and he's starting to feel it. And who's not? I think that's it.
I think that's everyone. Yeah.
So lastly, the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are just going to charge forward and catch up with. All right, new player turns.
I'll go. Fuck it. Yeah. I mean, unless anyone has anything planned.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. So okay, here's a question about how this is working, Eric. From building 2, do I need to get like through building 1 to start like hitting up black dots?
If you use 2 maneuvers, you'd get to the first black dot.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay. In that case, let me see. And how far away is Leon?
Leon is probably at extreme range from you right now because he's near the front of the town and you're kind of heading out towards one of the other directions.
Okay.
So he's a little bit far.
Okay. So, and 2 maneuvers would get me to medium range with him?
Yes.
Okay.
It would also put you back towards the front.
Yeah, put me at probably building 3?
Yes.
Where the thick of the fuckery is? Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna do that and then take a shot at Darlton, try and get his attention, and then dump back towards the south. So I'm gonna move back to building 3, which I guess is right there, roughly.
All right. Yeah.
And this is going to be a hamstringing shot on Darlton.
All right.
So let me make sure that doesn't actually affect my roll. It's just having the damage. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, and I'm gonna.
Are you going for him or his horse?
Oh shit, that's actually a good question.
You probably would want to go for his horse for that one.
Yeah, if I'm trying to fucking slow him down. Actually, let me see what I'm saying. I've got prepare 1 on my hand cannon. That means I would have to spend a maneuver to prepare it ahead of time, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so I can't use that this turn, right?
Yeah, you'd have to use a maneuver to prep it and then do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just double checking. Okay. No, I'm just gonna shoot the motherfucker. Like if I could do damage and slow him down, that'd be worth something. But I'd rather try and go for the damage.
Fair enough.
So all right, and it's adversary 3.
Yes, and 1 evasion.
So that'd be 2 red, 1 purple. Right?
Shooting him from long range would be 3 base difficulty, so it'd be 3 red and.
Okay, I thought I could get to medium from.
Oh, I thought you were going to long and then doubling back to. Yeah, if you use all your maneuvers to get forward, yeah, it would just be.
Yeah, my plan is
too big.
My plan was to get to basically where building 3 is, which I thought was medium from him.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is.
And then next turn, I'm going to start doubling back. I want to basically try and get his attention and make sure that if he goes, basically make sure he doesn't go after the real Flint. Basically. Okay, so in that case, it would be 2 red, 1 purple, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then 1 black. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Anyone mind if I spend a destiny point?
Do it.
Yeah.
So we got somewhat of a supply. Okay. I can't aim. Yeah, so I'm just making sure I got all stuff I need. Yeah. Fuck it.
And so you take a shot in it, and it goes wide and ricochets off of one of the nearby buildings. All right, next PC turn.
I fucking hate neutral rolls. All right. Well,
Who'd like to go next?
I'll go if no one else wants to.
Yeah, do it.
I will spend this time though, seeing as Ophelia has taken damage. Ophelia, I'm going to throw a barrier around the entire situation.
Okay.
So I am going to that. So yeah, I'll put the augment on it to do multiple people.
All right, so that'll make it 2 base difficulty. And then did you want to make it stronger, add evasion?
Can I add reflect to it?
You could, yeah. That'd make it 4 difficult.
All right, so that's 4 purple. All right. So okay. See.
Hey, you did it. All right, so
Neat.
you'll suffer 2 additional strain. But yeah, you so that'll hit both of that will hit both you and her. And the Pegasus by extension. And yeah, so that also has the reflections, so you could feasibly bounce magic that is sent at you back, which is hilarious
Badass.
and really useful right now. It's gonna reduce the damage in
Yeah.
respect too. And yeah, yeah, cool. You with a flick couple of incantations, the magical ward goes.
Sick.
And next player, Misty.
I move closer to the mines. I do so.
So you'll suffer 2 strength for the maintaining of your beast from. It seems as if it also seems the ears are branching off towards you. Probably about 5 of them. So you have 1 knight, 1 paladin, 1 down paladin, 5 of the ears. Well,
I have a gun yet, so I can't really do anything.
you also can use the gun while you're a wolf.
Keep a turret mounted on your back.
that does not work.
But I can like my teeth as a trigger
Oh
mechanism.
my god. No, I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah, that's my turn. I use. Well, can I do an extra maneuver?
Yeah, you would have had to use, or you can also turn your as well,
Ah,
but you
I'll
can
do
only
that.
do a max of 2. So you'd be able to move 2 dots basically.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So you the better part of the mine shaft, you will be able to get to the on your next turn.
Excellent.
And your turn or makes the turn right. Jim, can I make a stealth check real quick?
sure.
It's going to be using your cunning instead of your agility.
Oh. Damn, that's unfortunate. So that's green.
And it's going to be in 2 red and 1 purple, and you're going to have a setback dice.
2 red, 1 perp on a setback.
Yes. And grade the check. Story.
That unrelenting skeptic probably has.
Oh, that's 3 green versus 3 red. Black.
Yes.
Okay. Fuck. Anyone mind if I count that side point you spent?
Go for it.
Cool. I don't think I don't have. So fuck it. Nope.
And as you the shot off, Leon takes a close look at you, and you see him know his eyes, and a grin comes across his face. You didn't truly believe that such a pathetic farce would work. And let's see, what's your discipline?
I have 1 rank in discipline and 3 willpower. And also, well, I also have gifted, and I have gifted 1 rank of gifted in discipline. I'm not sure what. If that's
Unfortunately, this is the difficulty is set by it, so it's not going to help there.
okay. Okay.
Oh dear. So that's gonna be. And as he grins and he looks at you, there's almost a certain malevolence kind of around him as he speaks, and he says, "Truly, Jacob Morrow, you should have surrendered while you had the chance. You and your old mentor." He gestures his head in the direction of where Flint is heading off. You do realize that we already intended to cut you off at the canyons, yes? If you surrender now, perhaps I will still grant you mercy. And you're going to suffer 8 points of strength as he uses Ruinous Repartee, and is going to upgrade the difficulty of your next check with that triumph.
All right, good to know.
What would you like to spend those 3 threats on, though?
What can I spend those 3 threats on?
Let's see. Oh, just rip that right off. Let's see. You could get some sort of significant advantage in the encounter. You could get a free maneuver in response to him doing that outside of your turn. He also could get off of his horse as a part of what he's doing here if you wanted to do that. Because that would make sense, actually.
Yeah, I'm down with him getting
Okay.
off his horse.
So while he's calling you out, he also calmly and slowly dismounts from his horse and just kind of walks forward towards you a little bit. Definitely not on his horse, as the others are swarming around on theirs. And yeah, so that is his turn. And yeah, next player turn. Who would like to go next?
Does anyone mind if I breathe fire at Leon? Because I really want to breathe fire at Leon.
Sounds like a good day.
Go for
Go
it.
for
Die.
So Symphora is doing that. Are you still having Symphora head up in the direction of Lynn too?
Yeah, I'm gonna have her veer off because I'm gonna try and catch up with her.
Okay,
But as she passes over Leon, we're gonna breathe some fire.
go for it.
And that's gonna be against 2 red.
Yeah, if you don't do any extra modifications, it's just 2 red and 1 black.
Okay. We're just doing base stuff because I want to actually hit him. I don't fully trust my dice rolls.
You haven't been really going great for us so far.
I'm re-rolling that.
Okay,
yellow.
yeah.
Case in point.
we
Yeah.
go. So that'll make it.
Oh wait, sorry, I misread that. Cool.
And yeah, and you have 3 advantages. What would you like to do with that? You can use it for Misty or for Symphora to get an extra maneuver.
I'm gonna do that, yeah. And then, is that 3 to do that, or is that 2 to do that?
It's 2, so she could recover a strain too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, she's gonna fly down, breathe a gout of fire, and it kind of washes around Leon, who kind of like shields himself with his arm, and he points up. He says, "Bring that monster down!" And Symphora is gonna peace and start heading in the direction of Lynn.
Which then, because I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna probably veer towards Lynn.
Okay. Cool. So if you do are you gonna suffer 2 strain for maneuver?
I have haste
Oh yeah, you do. Ophelia did do that.
because Ophelia is great.
So yeah, you'll boogie on up and you'll be able to get to the first dot. So you're like right behind him.
Yeah,
with the,
and I'm taking
on
Wilson
horseback.
with me because
Yes.
there's no other option. But like,
And yeah, are you casting a spell or doing an action, or are you just gonna downgrade your? Oh, I guess you don't need to downgrade.
I don't need a downgrade, so I'll probably fire off a spell as well. Actually, upon hearing bring that creature down, I'm gonna try and cast barrier on Symphora.
Okay.
That's anima. So I keep getting colors confused and it's terrible. And we're gonna try and do an additional target to cover me as well.
Okay. And you'll also have to do range as well.
Oh, okay.
So you'll just add 1 more. Oh God.
Okay.
So that's a barrier that'll heal or that'll protect for 1, 2, 3, 4 damage for both of you guys.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So while Misty rides off with Wilson and such, she just summons like there's a quick burst of energy just like that wraps around Symphora and herself.
And yeah, so you guys you're quite buffed at the moment. You have a barrier and an augment. And let's see. Who's not? Kane hasn't gone yet. We'll have Kane go. So let's see. Kane is going to ride out towards Kane is going to Jacob, and he draws his lance and his sword, one in each hand, and he spinning them around as he rides. There's kind of there's an arc of light behind him as he rides, and he's going to get into short range with you by charging forward with his with an extra maneuver, and he's going to cast an attack spell on you.
Fair enough. Well, my resistance is 4.
And you have how much evasion?
2.
And as he kind of spins the weapons around him, a spectral figure that almost seems to be some sort of angelic humanoid appears behind him, and he says, "In the name of Arlen, I command you to freeze!" And I'm going to re-roll that proficiency dice.
You don't have to. You didn't have to.
And you're going to take 4,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
7. You're going to suffer 7 points of strain damage, magical strain damage.
Well, I'm down then.
And as this entity shoots forward, it passes through you, and you find your limbs lock up and become unresponsive. And did that make you exceed your strain threshold or meet your strain threshold?
No, I have a soak of 3, so
it made you go to 14.
14.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
so I'm down.
And yeah, so your limbs kind of lock up and freeze. And though you try and urge your mount to like turn around, you find yourself slowly releasing your grip on the reins, and slowly dismounting from Flint's horse.
Okay.
And one second. Ah, deuce. And let's see. Next up is going to be a player turn. So who'd like to go next? Or I guess all the PCs went, didn't they? So Ophelia seeing this happen, she looks towards Jacob and she begins to fly towards there. But Chance, there's a flicker of light in between you and Chance, and in the area between the two of you guys, the air kind of flickers a bit, and you see another figure astride a black Pegasus appear in the distance between Ophelia and Jacob.
Oh boy.
As a
That's
dark
rough.
flyer reveals herself from being invisible as she trots about Jacob and locks eyes with Ophelia, and she says, "If it isn't our wayward, treacherous sister, you'll be coming with me as well, Ophelia. The commander would like to speak with you." And she's going to use looking at Jacob and looking at the situation as bleak as it is, she kind of winces, and she's going to just kind of try and duck out of the way, and is going to push forward past her, unable to get to Jacob as she is in fact in the way. But she's going to suffer 2 strain, and she's going to make an attack at her as she goes. Let's see. Wind is 1 difficulty. And that is going to... Oh, I forgot to upgrade it. So that's actually this instead. So it's going to succeed with 2 threats. She's going to inflict 4 strain on Ophelia. But that is going to hit, and that's going to deal 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage to the Dark Flyer. Actually 9. She used as the black armored Pegasus rider appears, Ophelia almost her Pegasus almost flickers her wings and makes like an energy that she kind of picks up with her own magic as she veers and you guys are kind of, you end up going completely sideways, Chance, as she kind of banks away to try and get away as she tries to bank hard to get out of the way. That said, the Dark Flyer is going to pursue.
Okay.
And is going to wrap around and make an attack with her spear against Ophelia. Ooh. That said, she does have a barrier, so she's going to take 6, 4, 3. She'll take 3 point damage. So she around. She kind of swiftly catch up, and they're kind of braced for striking down, and in the process of doing so, is going to her own Pegasus basically kicks down into the ground, which crashes down, spilling both of you from the Pegasus back with Triumph, which she's going to cover. Next player.
I think it's still NPCs.
Yes, it is. You're right. Let's see. We're gonna go with Elliot. Elliot's gonna try and see if he can't get Jacob moving.
Good luck. I mean, I'm still kind of fucked if you get me up.
Restoration. All right. So yeah, he's gonna do extra targets and yeah. Excellent. Okay. So Jacob, you're gonna heal. You're gonna heal 1 point of strength. So your body basically wakes itself up, but you are still off of your mount
and, I'm at my
and standing
threshold.
next to it,
And I'm at my threshold.
and you're at your threshold. You still can act at your threshold though.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just.
It's just difficult. And he's also going to make it hit somebody else who's taken a lot of damage. Chance, you're also going to heal the rest of your wounds up, so you're all.
So I heal that strain, right? Just the 1 point of strain, because that was
Yes.
the one advantage. Okay.
Yes, correct. All right. And let's see who's got to go now. The Cavaliers, those who are still following Leon, they are going to rush forward and let's see, they were here, so that's right here. And they a good number of them, about 24 of them, are riding straight towards you, Jacob.
Okay. That's fine.
And the others that are following the other 5 that are following Lynn, and the others are heading forward with Lee, following the direction that Flint was going.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Flint is going to keep going forward because he
Please,
done that
get the
yet.
fuck out of here.
And so Flint is going to keep heading forward out towards the canyons. He's also going to take a shot as he goes at the dark flare. So 2. Nice. So as he flicks his gun around, he kind of takes aim with it, and he kind of closing one eye as he turns backwards, one hand on the reins, takes a shot, and that's gonna hit the Dark Flyer for a good chunk of. So that's -7, and it's going to clip her wing, and is also going to knock her out of the sky. And so there's just a pile of black feathers as the two of them are spilled from their things. Her helmet spilling off, and her long dark navy ponytail revealing itself as her helmet falls off. And let's see. Next up, Starling is going to. She's going to keep pace, and she's going to go ahead and. She's also going to spin around with her quote-unquote rifle. Going to. Is going to take a shot at who else is following? Probably at Kane. Heading up. And the shot goes wide. And in fact, the shot goes so wide, Kane is, or those two threats, close distance between himself and Jacob.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure he ran. Where'd you go?
Where am I?
No, where the.
I think
where...
he's above Leon by buildings.
Oh, right. And he gets right the hell up next to you. And.
Hi. Okay.
And Wilson is going to use his maneuver to aim Missy.
Yay!
And let's see.
Thanks, Wilson.
The Dark Knights and the Paladins. There. And let's see. That is, these ones are going to move forward. And these three are going to try and do exactly that, and take Misty out, or take some listening to their magister's commands. So they're going to try and close on Symphora. All of them are going to try and use the deadly upgrade. So these will crit on 2. Yes. So all of them ride forward. They all simultaneously hold their hands. They all kind of chant. What's up?
Can we spend a story point difficulty?
There's 3 separate attacks, so you could do it one for each one.
Well, that would clear us. I thought they were active in group.
No, they are actual rivals. This one misses, but I'm going to give 2 boosts to the next one as a mastery with 3 black, with things appear behind them and kind of begin to connect themselves with magic, and it's going to be 2 boost dice. Whereas,
if you want to, like,
probably on that super buff out.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Ooh, it's going to be 4, 6, 7, 10, or 10, 11, 12. So Symphora is going to take 12 points of magic damage.
Right.
Which I think she's got 2, 3.
Well, she has 8 resistance right now because of the barrier.
Right.
And then I'm also gonna have her do. If I can.
Fortunately, we're
Okay.
her.
I figured I'd try.
So it's going to be, so she'll take 4 damage after all
Okay,
done,
fine.
because
Don't mess with my burn.
there's a few additional strain. But that's going to be 2 damage as the next one comes. And as this slams into Wyvern and arguably doesn't seem to do what it should, as far as like damage is concerned, they are excellent. That. They are in a critical injury with that last one. And Symphora is going to be slightly dazed from the blast. They're disoriented, so she had a setback dice.
Okay.
But she manages to shrug off energy thanks to the swirling aura around her.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that's them. Player turns. Got Marilyn. Let's see. So Marilyn is going to. Marilyn over here with Flynn. Marilyn's going to try and turn back on her horse. Is going to try and double back and collect Jacob for a second. So she's gonna first off, make an attack against the Dark Flyer. Did not work. So she blast fire, plunks into the dirt, and puts up a cloud of fire, and she ride up, and she gets next to you. And is going to try and help out.
All right. So we need to get the.
Jared is likewise turn back. He's gonna kind of grit his teeth, and he's gonna turn back around to try and back her up, and is going to use bodyguard on her to help cover her as he goes. So that's Jared's turn, and the riders. They're going to these ones are try and they're going to try outflank them by going around, and are going to make a shot at going press. And let's see. Taking a pot shot at the Dark Knight, unsuccessful. That they are going to kind of be able to cut the Dark Knight, which is going to slow him down a bit on next turn. And I think the Paladin go now. And Paladins, the one that got knocked off is getting back up, and the other one is going to turn, trying to catch up to Mist, or trying to head and land in the others. So he's going to go. It's Misty, because he'll be able to catch up. And you got one Asian. Ooh. So that'd be 13 points of damage. Physical damage.
I also have a barrier.
Yeah, so you increase 4.
So that's going to be 13 minutes.
So that would be 5 damage, yeah. The rest of the Paladins are going to continue making beeline forward. With other moves. And it's a new player turn, or new round, so it's a new player turn.
So, I mean, I will probably have for attack Paladin if no one else goes.
I mean, we got what, 4? Their first thing.
Yes.
I'll take one of those, I guess. Sure.
It's going to continue on thick charge towards that mine. And I'm going to have some Tooth and Claw, the Paladin that attacked Misty. Which...
Alright. And that'll be against 1 red, 1 purple, and 1 black.
Oh, right, it doesn't let me just drag it attached to my thing.
Womp.
Okay, so that's 1 red, 1 purple, and 1 black.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 12 base. And then plus the 3, so that's...
That was this one. Ouch. So yeah, and takes a big chunk of out of this dude's as this L beast just slam Alan into bending some of the metal as he goes. That Paladin looking too.
And Misty's gonna follow up and also hit him. Which is he in short and
he's engaged with you.
Okay. Wow. Alright, so I guess okay, so that's close combat. I get my free aim. And yeah, we'll do that. So that's going to be 1 red and 1 purple.
And black.
And 1 black again.
And you can use those 2 advantages to get a boost.
Okay. Oh,
or
actually, what's some physics?
She's got 5 out of 15.
Okay, she's okay for right now.
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
That's a bad day. Right
Well.
Oh, Mass Bird.
Yeah.
Was this any here?
It was back I had to.
Okay. So 10. Well, describe how you take it out.
So basically, quickly dives down upon him, latches out with just a quick, he just settles and drops to the ground. And can I use my instant get on some before she flies past?
Yeah.
Awesome. And now I get to deal with all the triumphs and such.
Yeah, you've got all that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Let's see. Is there anything fun I can do with that triumph, or can I just update this chat?
I mean, if there's anything you think of.
Can I try to get like Aka's with their morale because a wyvern monster from the skeleton?
I mean, I can check if you want.
Do you guys think that's a good idea?
Probably pretty good at discipline. They're paladins.
Well, the Cavaliers. Some like the minion out.
I mean, it's your call, but I mean, their cavaliers are also probably probably low the paladins.
And then like ones are also scared. So there's that.
So it's
I think I'm gonna get the Cavaliers to run.
Paladins are good. Well, I'm gonna roll for each.
That's the
the
paladins.
reigning paladin is good. He will suffer 2 strain as he remounts up his horse. Dark Knight that went into section. He's good, but he suffers strain. And the Cavaliers. The 5 Cavaliers that were here, as they're being kind of taken down a little bit, they kind of gonna start going off to focus on the. Effectively, they're gonna be removed from the combat and be doing something else that's not involving you guys. They're also kind of fleeing here
Okay.
or
And-
like drawing their attention away. So effectively, those Cavaliers have kind of ran back. I'm not fighting a fucking wyvern.
Okay, and then remembering advantages, I'm gonna give a boost die to the next player. Boost die to Jacob. And I'm gonna reverse.
All right.
Is it okay if I'm the next player?
I'm fine with that. I'm not going to use those boost
I
attacks.
kind of need everything I can get. All right. So Maryland's come up to try and rescue my ass,
Yes.
and Jared's going to back her up.
Yes.
But Kane right up on.
Yeah. Kane is right up your face,
and
the other Cavaliers are right behind.
yeah, and Darwin's fucking somewhere. He's actually further past me.
No, he's pretty. He's Gordon is
Okay.
watching and is kind of honestly watching Flint as he goes.
Okay, so he's also
He's in.
he's in medium range, and Kane is in close.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my 1 free maneuver to prepare a shot for my hand cannon, and then I'm going to try and shoot Kane with my hand
All right.
cannon, and then I'm gonna use Let's Ride to mount up on Maryland's horse as an incidental. So
All right, go for it. So it'll be against
there.
1 purple, 1 red, and 1 black.
Purple, 1 red, 1 black. I have 2 boost die, thanks to Cat.
Take my boost die.
Thank you. And yeah, I also have some orders for Maryland, but let's see if this works. Woohoo!
Shit.
Nice.
So yeah, you, as Kane rides forward, you boom, and there's a gout of smoke that shoots out from your hand cannon as you blast it, and he gets blasted clean off of his ride.
Can I use? Is the advantage just enough to not use knockdown?
No, you would need 2 to knock
I would
down,
need
so you'd have
2,
to use the
so-
triumph.
Okay. Well, that's still worth it. I just shot his ass off his horse.
Yeah.
Oh. Question.
What's up?
Can I spend the advantage to instead use Let's Ride to mount on his horse?
Oh Jesus Christ. Sure, go for it.
Cool.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, Jacob just like gets up a little bit, like definitely very groggy because I'm still at my strain threshold. Just draws the fucking hand cannon and like almost like fanning fires and blasts him off his horse, and then just lazily just pulls himself up to it as it like sprints past Jacob. And as he like gets up on the horse, looks to Marilyn and says, "Not that I don't appreciate the rescue attempt, but I'm still pretty frail at the moment. So if I go down again, you keep on fucking going and make sure Flint at least gets out. All right?"
She nods and she looks at this unicorn that you're stealing. Can I also have you make a survival check real quick?
Sure.
It's going to be against 2 difficulty with 2 setback dice, which I think probably.
They go away. Yeah. So 2 difficulty. Right.
Yes.
And I get 1 boost die because I've got gifted.
You
for
actually
that,
might
like,
just
you know.
jack this fucking unicorn. That's
I want to
hilarious.
jack. I want to jack another unicorn. That sounded bad. Anyway, I stole this guy's unicorn.
And yeah, so the unicorn kind of reins back on its hooves for a second, but you manage to calm her down a bit, and as Kane's helmet goes rolling off of him as he hits the ground, he looks up at you on this unicorn. And he says, "You're going to regret that, Jacob."
Jacob is just gonna spit and laugh and start moving to get the fuck away.
And yeah, so you'll be able to move incidental to do that. Yeah, you'll be able to start moving a bit as you go, yeah.
Of course, again, I'm probably about to drop like as soon as anyone takes their turn, but still, that was cool at least.
Hot fucking shit. You actually are currently in the process of jacking.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, so that's a thing. So you're heading down south, right?
At this point, they know
Or
who, like. I'm just gonna try and follow after Flint because
Okay.
like, if the intention was to try and lead them away from Flint, but they saw through that ruse, so I'm heading towards Flint.
All right. So that happens. And who went first? Was that
I
you?
did.
Okay, Misty. So one more player turn.
I went, right? I think I went.
Not yet.
Not this
Oh,
turn.
I'll do it.
Yeah, this is a new turn, so go for it.
All right, yeah. So the Dark Flyer who appeared near us, they're still there, I presume.
Yeah,
right?
you guys all got blasted off of your horses, and you're all kind of nearby each other.
I'm gonna. Can I shoot at her? Is she close enough that I can shoot at her?
Yeah, she's just on the ground, so.
Yeah, fuck her. I'm gonna shoot at her. You're gonna knock me off my goddamn horse. My sister's goddamn horse. Fuck you. All right, what's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be, from where you're at, it would be just 1. In fact, I said upgrade it twice, so it'll be 1 purple, 1 red, black. Actually, sorry, it'll be 3 black. My bad. Nice.
Boom.
Neat.
11. As you strike her down with out thunder, the electricity circuits its way around her armor and stuff, and she kind of got fucked up. Are you moving anywhere?
Probably position my heels in the ground. Probably position my her and this other Dark Flyer,
Oh, okay.
and that's what I'll do.
Yeah. The next enemy turn. The Dark Knights are going to go first, and the one Dark Knight is that's pursuing you guys is going to run off and try and probably try and take this flying demon out of the sky.
I have barrel roll access now.
So he's actually going to go for Misty, saying Misty knows that Misty's taking a little bit of damage. He's going to blast her off.
So it works with barrel
It
roll.
doesn't matter, like ulti. Medium range, 1 evasion, and he's going to go ahead and poison this bad boy. And so he raises his hand and actual virulent poison kind of arcs up from his directs it toward him, and you see strains of poison kind of dipping and darting through the sky, and it doesn't. And you're able to kind of dip out of the as the magic sails off and strikes into the nearby cavern. But we have a bit of 6 players. The other 3 Dark Knights, on the other hand, they get up to Leon, and as they kind of make a triangular formation behind him, and they all open their books, and their books start to levitate in their hands in a formation behind him, and you see auras of kind of dark auras kind of wrapping around them and some of the other things as they all use their help actions on Leon.
Oh God.
Next player's turn.
It's either Lynn
I'll
or
run into
NPCs.
the mines.
We might want to have like an NPC go so they can maybe like do something
Yeah,
about
fair enough.
Darlton.
I'll wait.
All right. So let's see. Who do you guys want to go?
Who's
Ophelia, Jared, Marilyn, Wilson, Elliot, and the riders, and Flint.
who's in interference and fuck up range?
Marilyn, Ophelia, and Jared are the closest ones.
I mean, I don't want to say the guy who was a loyalist like a week ago is expendable, but
Starling could also take a shot at him with her rifle.
yeah, I know. What do you guys think?
Is there anything that can silence somebody? Probably not.
Nothing that anybody has, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. We got Starlin, we got Marilyn, we got Jared, and how about Starlin? Because she's in the best position to actually get on the offensive. Because like, I mean, I don't know what they would do, but if it was Marilyn or Jared's turn, I was playing them, I'd be getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
So probably Starling, I guess, because she can at least. Or should we try and get the people who can get the fuck out away from Tarleton before he explodes?
Well,
or whatever.
she can take a shot and still leave.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about the people who like are actually closer to where Darlton is, and presumably whatever fucker he's about to do, so they can always
Fair.
make an attack and get the fuck out.
Also fair. Do you want Marilyn to go then? She's the closest right now.
And,
You guys-
unless you want Ophelia to try and doom him, which would be funny.
Yeah,
funny,
that's
but,
an idea.
funny but risky, I'd say. Honestly, we should be focused on trying to just evac. I'd say.
That's
That-
fair.
that's-
Well,
my
Ophelia
opinion, at
can do
least.
both because she's also kind of in that position.
Yeah. I mean, either Marilyn or Ophelia would be a good choice.
Yeah,
in
we'll
my
have Ophelia try that. That sounds fun.
book. Alright, cool.
Curse.
Fuck him
So it's
up.
gonna be
Please,
2,
God.
3. It's gonna be a high ass difficulty, but she
Can
might
we
be able to
upgrade
do it.
then? Is everyone cool with
Yeah.
upgrade?
Yeah, let's upgrade that shit because Doom's great.
Though I'm gonna upgrade the difficulty too.
Escalation.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
Really bad.
Oh no. And so she reaches out as she stands up and she like gets her Pegasus up and she sees Leon and her eyes widen and she says no. And she holds her hand out to try and like interfere magically, but as the darkness kind of blasts towards Leon, rather than it interfering with him,
Oh, fuck.
the Dark Knights are able to take the dark magic as it's twisted around and they wrap it into the incantation, which is now beginning to swell around all 3 of them, or all 4 of them rather.
So she just accidentally made them all stronger.
Yes. That said, she is now on her Pegasus and is going to is gonna do a thing. That said, Leon kind of Leon holds his hands kind of together for a moment, and let's see, he's in. Let's see, it's gonna be extreme.
Can we give this? Okay, I know expending destiny points like they're candy, but this is probably gonna be really bad. Can we upgrade it?
Absolutely.
Everyone,
Yeah.
He suffered 2. He suffered 2 more strength for Master of Dark Magic,
The all
and yeah, we'll do that. And so he gets 1. He's gonna do that. Gets an upgrade from that. I'm gonna spend a fate or a story point to upgrade it again. And so So he so as he hands his as he kind of holds his hand out and he says, "I call upon you, the void between worlds, most ancient of magics." And as the shadows kind of roil around him, he holds his hand out in a fist, and he, with a single flick of his hand, there's the space between him and Flint almost seems to warp for a moment, and there's an ear-piercing crack as he blasts an attack of dark magic directly through the town. Some of the debris and sand in it completely blasting out as this arc of energy lances out. And we're gonna see how this works.
That's a lot of advantages.
And let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry in advance. Let's see. Deadly is equal to their linked skill. Oh my. He's got 4 in that. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going to inflict a critical injury at plus 70.
Holy fuck!
Ow.
Oh no.
I think he just died.
Oh no. That is a 149.
He is very dead.
And so this arc of energy blasts through, and in the same way that it tore a hole through reality, so too did it just tear a hole through Tempest.
Oh, no!
Oh.
It missed Flint.
He wasn't aiming for Flint.
Oh. Okay.
And Flint goes spilling off
Okay.
as Tempest spirals out of control and collapses on the dust and on the dirt in front. Flint hitting the ground and rolling as he goes. As you look back over to Leon, blackish lightning is kind of coursing around his hand, which he's kind of gripping in pain, as the lingering energies deprive him of being able to use magic again for the rest of this encounter.
Okay, so clearly at this point,
You all are probably going to want to start getting going.
And his hand kind of still crackling and kind of spasming a little bit. He just starts walking slowly through the town as the rest of his people rush forward. The other paladins making their direction, or making a beeline to making a beeline towards. Player turn.
still all NPCs.
Yeah.
And Lynn.
And Lynn.
Yeah. I'll go last because I'm just going for the mines and bombs.
And no, unfortunately, none of the PCs at the moment are in a position to evac Flint.
Oh shit. That means Elliot got spilled off too.
Oh no, he's-
Who's out near there? And let's see. So you guys pick Elliot, Erlin, Flint, Ophelia, or Ophelia already went. Sorry, or Starling rather.
Can I vote for Flint? Because we need him doing stuff. I think my horse is dead, guys. Like,
Can Flint get on Starling's horse?
He could.
he could.
Probably
Tempest got the end is not at the end of the next initiative slot.
So this turn or next turn?
The target dies after the last initiative slot during the next round. So the next one.
Okay. Regardless, out of character, like the whole point is to get Flint out. It's probably for the best if he gets on a steed.
That's
ASAP.
fair.
So I vote Flint.
And so yeah, Flint will go and he stands up and he's gonna as Starling kind of rides by, he's gonna sweep his way up, and he does cast you a look back as he casts a look back at Tempest winning on the ground and over at you as you are riding forward as well. And let's see, next up is going to be the Paladins. The Paladins are going to try and continue pursuing Flint. So they're going to catch up with him. And let's see. Two. There are 4 of them there. Let's see. We can catch them quick. Two of them are going to be able to catch up. And the other 2 will not. Jeez. And so as they ride up, and as they begin to try and get a distance between them, one of the paladins is straight up not going to be able to keep up. But Flint is going to take 8 each of those. This is so good. He's still up. As they try and trying to dismount him from the horse, and let's see if that's going to succeed. He's riding check. Those 3 difficulty. So he will succeed on staying on. As they're maintaining the speed here as they go. And it's their turn. So Lynn, did you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll continue heading to my mines, oblivious of what just happened behind me. And you said I would be at the mines this time?
Yes. So yeah, you will be able to get to the mines at this point.
Illusions.
Make a perception check real quick against 2 difficulty. So it'll take you. It takes you pretty much the entirety of this turn, but you will find. You do find as you probe the early entry points, you do find some that use. It's not exactly in a way that's extremely useful for you to try and make it work, but yeah, some and TNT that you find. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Wow, that's what I was looking for.
But it's gonna take you a little. It's not exactly in the best of to use it, but you could try and use it to try and lab on your turn.
No, not exactly what I had.
What were you looking for?
I got what I was looking for.
I was cool. So. Let's see. Kane is going to go next. And he's going to try Jacob, who stole his fucking horse.
Of course. So probably have to go down again.
And without picking up his weapons, he holds his hand out, and a blade of light crushed forward and swing it through you. Once again on.
Yeah, he's just going.
Yeah, he's restrained because he knows that you got hit.
And
Yes, and he's going to inflict 4, 6, 7, 8 strain.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Over my threat.
And so the light arc through you, and as it does, you find yourself knocked off of the off his seed once again, and you slam down on the ground.
Mhm.
And yeah, so next, Ophelia going to grab Chant and is going to try and book it to just try and get some more distance since the Dark Flyers still dead. Plus how's Strain doing? Yeah, she can't right now. Marilyn, seeing that Elliot had been cast to try and make a beeline, she's going to look at for a moment, and also at her partner who's surrounded by paladins, and is going to. Jared looks to her and says, and nods and says, "I'll take care of." And he going to go and try and attack. And Marilyn is going to rush out to try and make it so that Elliot is no longer surrounded by paladins. She's really high on strain too. Elliot is in fact going to. He can't save this horse. Five different check. And since I'm a big jerk, I'm grade the difficulty once. It's a horse after a bit hard.
I hit his back.
Thanks, Kat.
Holy fuck!
Joe.
And he kneels down and he closes his eyes, insta pray, and insta wrap around let's let it around his hand. But it looks like it's taking a moment, and Elliot will need to use next turn to also be present without being interrupted, or the spell will be interrupted. With those two threats, it will take an extra turn. No check required, but if he does, effectively it will be successful. But that also means that he can't retreat. And let's see. Next up, we'll have the Cavaliers still have not gone. And so the Cavaliers ride forward and are pretty much just going to start circling Jacob and Jared.
For fuck's sake, just leave me.
Wilson is going to hobble his horse as much as he can to try and just get away. Trying to go in like an opposite direction from everybody else, just trying to make himself look as little of a target as he can. And as the Cavaliers all start to surround Jacob, and Kane wraps around Jacob, as you're like basically struggling to move as light kind of binds your motions. You guys see as Jared rides over to Jacob, and he dismounts, and he steps up to Jacob, and he says, "I guarantee you this is nothing personal, Mara. And he takes your guns away.
There isn't exactly anything I can do to resist this.
No, you are exceeding your strength threshold.
Yeah.
And you guys see as Jared disarms Jacob, and basically gets him to his gets him up, arms kind of behind his back. And as far as everything is concerned, those Cavaliers, and as Leon stops and he looks in this direction, and the Darkflyer looks over to him for a moment and kind of looks as if she's going to pursue as she gets up, but she's very wounded, and Leon raises a hand and says, "Leave them. I believe we have our prize." And the Dark Knights with him, the Cavaliers, and the Darkflyers are going to stop proceeding. One of the Paladins that was chasing you guys does too. But the one Paladin and Dark Knight that was pursuing Lynn, they look as if they have not stopped, and the three Paladins that are pursuing Flint and Elliot and the rest are still making a beeline for Elliot. And it's a new player turn.
Now, could I get at the Paladins from where I am now, or is that going to be too far to get over there?
That's a bit far.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
that's
I'm
like on the
gonna
opposite
deal with
exit
these
of town.
Paladin and Dark Knight over here then. Alright, Dark Knight a little bit for me, I think. So I'm gonna attack him with Fang and Clogan.
Oh gosh, he might not be in a good way after this. And it's 2, 1 red, or it's 1 red, 1 black.
That was 2 red, 1 purple, and black.
Yes.
And seeing I'm mounted to aim for her.
You're still making it.
Can I re-roll that gold?
Yep, do it. Ball out. So as the Wyvern makes an attack, the Dark Knight is able to kind of duck out of the way. And given the circumstance, as he's kind of separated from the rest, that he's looking less encouraged as there's now also a wyvern attacking him. So those two might also end up retreating, because, or at least he might back off because he's kind of out now. Let me roll a discipline check, actually, see how he's doing. Yeah, he's back. The paladin looks like he's still chasing after Lynn, but this Dark Knight looks like he's trying to disengage. Who would like to go next?
So, as Ophelia where is she taking Chance?
She looks like she's heading out of the town along where everybody else is heading out towards the west.
Okay.
As a bunch of the people seem to be capturing Jacob.
So probably a lot of things are out of range for me at this point.
Except for the paladins that are chasing Elliot, the person who's trying to heal this horse.
I'll shoot them. Fuck them. What's the difficulty to shoot those paladins?
It'll be against 2 base from where you're at.
Boop. Boop. Now, can I empower that?
Yeah, if you make it harder, you can. Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll throw another difficulty on there.
Yeah, it would make it 2 extra difficult than before. You'll also add 1 red and you'll upgrade it once because they have adversary 1.
Okay, so it's 2 red and 2 purple?
It'll be 1 red, 3 purple, and 1 black.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, that hit.
That will hit. Yeah, so 8. That one. So yeah, you blast one of them with a gout of lightning.
It's empowered.
Yes. Oh yeah, so it'll be in 1 exchange. So yeah, damage. And so yeah, as you blast him, you're gonna suffer some of the lightning kind of courses around your hand for a little bit, and you're gonna suffer a little bit of damage. And I'm also gonna use 3 of those threats to roll on the wild magic chart because it's fun. So 6, 1, 3, 8. That's interesting.
Oh boy.
And so as you blast a bolt of electricity, you notice the ground around you starts to shift, even though you're on this Pegasus, and the ground shoots up around you, and it encases you in what appears to be an igloo made of sand.
Oh,
What the fuck?
well, all right.
And Ophelia's gonna have to make a riding check to try and avoid anything bad happening from that. It's going to ground the Pegasus, and she's going to lose a free maneuver on her next turn. But she's able to duck out of the way as the ground kind of almost tries to wrap itself around you guys as you guys press forward.
Man, can I be the Kaze Kage of the Sand Village now? Do I have
Oh my
a
God.
sand spirit?
If you keep rolling that one over and over again, yes.
Yes.
And let's see. So one more player turn. Did one of you guys want it, or did you want me to take it?
Well, Lynn, can you get on my wyvern so we can get the fuck out? Unless somebody can try to avoid Elliot getting yanked. I don't know if Marilyn's right there.
She's close, so she could probably try and get in the way.
I don't think Brian's back anyway, so
Oh
probably
yeah,
just-
probably not. So yeah, Marilyn will. She's gonna try, and she's basically gonna try and make a wall of wind or a wall of fire to try and prevent them from entering. So she's gonna ride up, and she is it okay if she rerolls that blank one?
do it.
And so she kind of wraps a ring of fire around her, the unicorn, and Elliot, and it's going to make it harder for them to enter, which may discourage them, but it won't be impossible. So she's also at her strain threshold, and let's see. Let's see what these paladins. Well, let's see if the horses can thing. The horses see how they all do. Considering all of those threats, the horses aren't looking so blind to do that, and so seeing the fire, they wrap back around and leave the rest of you guys alone and rejoin the formation with the rest. They say nay, and are you back, Lynn? Brian?
He said back in chat. He might.
I
Oh,
have
okay.
muted myself on
Whoops. So Misty's right near you. Were you gonna try and?
that. I'm going to make
try
a mad dash for her. How much of this have I seen?
Of Jacob getting surrounded? You
Oh.
can probably see it.
Okay.
Judging from you, like you definitely saw him kind of getting surrounded.
Excellent. Well, I'm dashing for Misty.
And yeah, so you'll be able to do that, and you guys will. The paladin. What's
Okay,
up?
the paladin's there.
Yeah, the paladin won't be able to stop you, but he is going to try and throw his spear at you guys as you run by. And that's pretty much the last of his thing. Actually, the other two paladins might try and do that too. Or not at you, but that's one evasion.
At the large fire-breathing devil.
One of them does launch his spear at you, Lynn, and you'll take 7 points of damage.
Oh, cool. I'll take
So
2 points of damage.
but yeah, that's about all that is. But the other ones are gonna try and hit Elliot with their spears by throwing it before they disengage.
Oh no, Elliot. Oh no, Elliot.
Can I see well through the wall of fire?
Yeah. Be
Usually that's pretty opaque.
8. So it'll be. Whew, he's still up. And so the lances kind of nick his. One of them pierces through his cheek as he's focusing, and a little bit of blood kind of draws itself down. But his eyes still close as the other one jabs him in the the side of his leg as he continues to focus, and as he focuses as hard as he can, the hole in Tempest slowly begins to heal itself, and all of a sudden the horse lets out a panicked whinny as Marilyn gets rid of the fire, and Marilyn is going to jump on Tempest, getting Elliot to jump on the horse that she was currently on. And they are both going to catch up with the rest of you guys and ride off. I'm assuming everybody's like basically getting out at this point.
I'm sticking with the plan and getting Lynn out.
Fuck it, bail. Bail.
And so as this goes down, Jared kind of with Jacob disarmed and bringing him forth, he and the rest of the Cavaliers kind of move over. Kane kind of gives you a grin as you walk by Jacob, and as you face Leon, Leon slowly walks towards you. His hand still kind of convulsing a little bit from the output of dark energy that he put, and as you Jared kind of releases you, and Kane kind of hits the back of your knees with his spear, forcing you down to your knees in front of him. And Leon slowly draws his black steel. Not the prize we were hoping for, but I suppose a silver medal will have. Do you have any last words, Mr. Morrow?
Well, I'd say I'd see you in hell, but your whole religion's a fucking lie, so who knows where I'll see you.
I've heard many last words in my life. I'd hope that you could have done better than.
Yeah, I was never a poet.
And he steps forward. The sword kind of once again absorbing the light around him as he raises it above his head. Your presence, Jared says. Your permission to speak freely. Yes, please do, Colonel. And Jared kind of drops down to one knee. He says, "Your presence, in my time listening in on the front of the Blood of Legala, I learned a number of interesting things you may wish to know. One of which may be something that may lead Jacob Morrow to be more useful to us alive. And his eyebrow raises, and he lowers the sword for a moment, and he says, "Speak, Colonel. What have you to say?"
You said nothing personal. Don't do this.
Jared closes his eyes for a moment, and he looks down at you with a sorry smile, and he says, "Perhaps a bit perfect. My apologies, Mark. Sincerely." He turns back to Leon. "Magister, you would do well to know that the man who stands before you is more than just Eddie Mercer's lieutenant. He's also the father of her child." And Leon stops for a moment. "Is this so? I did not know that Eddie Mercer had a child." And Jared nods. "I peered into a number of records. Many years ago, she was released from custody. We did not have a full name for her, but it matched her description, and she was in fact pregnant. The man who kneels before you now, is the father of this woman. Victoria is the name he goes by. From what I understand, the Council of Vermin were responsible for hiding her. And Leon looks at him for a second. And he smiles and he says, "Fortuitous indeed. You've done well, Colonel. Well indeed. Very well then, Mr. Morrow. Seems you're more used to us alive after all." And he sheaths his sword. "Praise Ashling."
Jacob's gonna spit.
"For it seems that she's granted you the mercy of seeing it today." And they're going to get you up to your feet, and after tying you up in shackles, they're going to bring you back to the town. Meanwhile, the rest of you, or the city rather. Meanwhile, the rest of you, have escaped into the wilderness, and after a brief period, you guys will be able to reconvene. A number of the you'd be able to tell that a number of the Cavaliers are going to be stationed here and making sure that none of you guys are fucking with too much here. But you guys would be able to get out and reconvene. And from there, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Let everybody use the restroom and such. And
Can I recover some forest strain too?
she'll have to make one too, but she'll answer, so assume that she'll.
How does it work? Is it every success you get strained back, or what?
Every success and then every 2 advantages, so you'll get chance.
So I'll
Me.
get 1 strain back.
Yes, you'll recover 1 strain.
Boy, it's a good thing I didn't do anything.
I mean, you did draw a lot of the people away. That could have been people who were fucking up with the other people. Yeah. Yeah, it was that was actually a good call, because if more people were there to channel energy into Leon and stuff and to surround people, it would have been easier. So splitting them up was definitely the right call. But yeah, you guys ride off for a bit to make sure that they're not following you. And finally you guys get a distance away where it's now safe for you guys to talk as you're moving around. And Flint is besides the fact that he's obviously wounded from taking those hits, he's got a dark look from beneath his hat, tipped over his eyes as he rides on. Hell.
Right, well, our best bet is continue on where we left off. Next step is finding Vic, correct?
Reckon it might be a good idea, yeah. If we're lucky, they bring Jacob in as a prisoner. We might be able to see what we can do about getting him out of there.
Provided they don't take him back to Arcanon.
We'd be mighty lucky if they don't. And he kind of he thinks for a moment as they're kind of galloping out, and you folk are trying to take these factories. We got less than 24 lads and lass. I could get a couple of my other folk what are out and about. But this ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Well, it never is.
I ain't saying it is. I'm just saying there's a difference between something what's hard and something what's impossible. If Magister Dalton's camping out in here, it ain't gonna be easy to take him down. Not to mention all the other varmints what he's got coming up with him. You ask me, might be better for us to cut our losses. Get back with Vic, grab what folk we can get, and head back east with that.
Out of character, do we know that the factories are producing flying machines?
They were working on stuff like that, yeah.
If those factories stay in Loyalist control, that's an advantage they have over us that we won't have access to otherwise. Either we get it back under our control and we ensure they don't have it.
Well, I weren't planning to live her anyway. I gave Jake my word that I'd give folk a heads up. If we can buzz his ass out of there, then all the better to do so. That's and he ain't gonna be pleased if we send her right back with it that all her folk got themselves killed.
That's why we're not gonna get ourselves killed. Lynn,
Quite what I was hoping for, but also, although it'll use that properly, we have to worry about us and just there.
effectively use it as distraction.
That's something else. I can't fix him right now. The one who just basically helped Jacob live, but also turned him in.
Jared, yeah.
The
What
issue-
about-
the only issue being would be familiar with this strategy, seeing used to tap him in the first place, which clearly didn't work as well as we'd hoped.
That two-timing bastard. Guess what? Guess you can't expect much from Guess you can't expect much from loyalists.
He's gonna give him.
No offense. He odds of the Legolans and light a cigar.
To be clear, we don't know exactly what happened. For all we know, game, no, nothing. We weren't there. And I would like to think that
Triple around the picture. Stranger things have happened.
That said, we also can't roll reality, so it's fair to assume.
And what's betrayed his code once is gonna do it again and again. If it's a much better opportunity. It's a much better to wreck. He's
We'll leave that debate somewhere else, here nor there.
Ultimately, our first step and regroup our forces and see what we can go from there.
he nods and he looks at everybody and he says, "Reckon we should be able to be able to get ourselves to Vic in about an hour ride."
What exactly did you do the first time?
When I took the factories the first time, because they weren't factories. They didn't have anything, much of anything, as far as any sort of major protection. No, the place is practically crawling with crawling soldiers. It's going to be a lot harder. Regular old hit and run drawing them out. I work for a little bit, but we ain't the firepower and the manpower.
There's also taking him from inside, who's all in the factories.
Mostly poor folk, downtrodden.
People who would death stripped.
That's true. You give them enough to start a riot, and sure they'd help. There's a couple of Lewis and Togwell in there. So these shifts be more willing to give a hand if you started something. That said, more innocent folk what you get involved, more innocent folk are gonna get taken down from all this.
I'd rather avoid that.
Much obliged. Invisibility is usually dark or light magic. That said, there are people who can use that here, so you could feasibly.
Like your sister.
Yeah, your sister could do that. Elliot could do that. Any road. That's neither here nor there. First things first. We're gonna have to get up with Vic. She's got the rest of my boys. If we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna need every last trigger finger we can get.
Bye.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm just brainstorming.
Oh.
Trying to think of what we could possibly do. It's
More thoughts you throw towards it now, the less you'll have to do later.
in particular, I'm thinking Scarecrow Army. If they fortified the factories, we can draw them out, and while they're out, we enter.
I can also make quite a bit of a scene, I imagine. Quite a few people are rather religious in this area. And I'm effectively riding the devil.
That was a pretty good trick what you did there. Didn't know those scaly freaks could breathe fire.
Normally, they can't.
He nods. Noted.
Also, they don't need to know that.
Exactly.
And he kind of shrugs and nods. I reckon they don't. I reckon it'd be a good idea if all of you got your things together. Patch up them wounds and get ready for another fight. Chances are, if we're gonna be rendezvousing with Vic, we might have to throw a couple of bows to take out some of the other folk what are in this caravan she hid.
So, out of character translation, basically clean up the job that she already hit.
Yeah, basically, you guys are probably going to get there, hopefully around the time that the thing is hitting, and you guys might have to fight a couple things
Okay.
as a warning. Elliot will be able to get a single heal at you guys, including himself, because he's a little spicy here.
So she's fighting right now. This Vic.
She's gonna be planning on hitting a supply caravan. What's heading towards can't remember the fucking name of the city right now. Eminent. Hitting a supply caravan. What's heading towards Eminent. Honestly, I reckon she'll be on board the idea of what trying to get the factory taken care of.
If we assist her in a way that makes her look like we're a lot larger than we actually are, we might be able to draw them out.
We can sure hope.
Or, of course, it backfires and they turtle up.
Also possible.
Either way, let's get there and take care of it first.
My thoughts exact. All of you guys are going to heal for 8 points of 8 wounds. If you have more than that, the rest will just have to stick with it. And the strain you'll be keeping the strain as well.
So I'm back to 0 wounds?
Yes, if you have 8 or less, you're good.
Does that include Symphora?
Yes.
Cool.
That said, Elliot is basically going to be will not be able to help you guys in this upcoming fight because he's taxed stream. He's looking pretty pained himself. So yeah, and so you guys ride hard to the wrapping around in what you can, going up and about the cliff. And as you guys headwards, it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to show that you're not in county, buddy. I'm gonna actually have. Did any of you get several?
No.
No.
This is usually.
Usually, and
Well, actually,
or
I have
actually a stealth. Sorry, make it a stealth. Actually,
I have a 3 ability with ones. So.
go ahead and upgrade it from assistance from other base.
Wait, so am I doing the roll?
Yeah, go.
Who is doing the roll?
You can.
You get the highest stealth.
I'm against the difficulty. You know you're the stealth guy. You're not here. This is the con.
I
Nice.
heard 3 times he appears.
All right, you're gonna set one more rain, but you will be able to see any encounters going. That said, as you get to the area that the ambush site, as he kind of takes point, he reckon we'll be getting pretty close. Pretty sure the ambush point is, and then you guys hear an explosion. Well, I think we found it. And as you see some kind of smoke starting to billow over the cliff not too far away, and you guys quickly ride up to the edge of the cliff, and you see about 2.5 dozen of Flint's outlaws riding up, and you see a huge cart with a gigantic covered cloth that these riders are all starting to wrap around and stuff. And you see Legolan soldiers returning fire with bows and swords as they try and break their advances. Riding at the riding at the front, piercing through the air with a thunder crack of gunfire. You see a firecracker of a girl, and as she unloads